Check this out. This is like, this is what I've been spending most of my day in. Like, it's hard to even put words to it. I don't know if the video will do it justice, but holy smokes, it's beautiful. This is what minus 35 looks like. Hey, so it was minus 35 when we got out of the truck this morning, and with the wind chill on the weather network it said it was minus 42, so that's what we're up against today. It's 11 o'clock right now, and I don't know, it's warmed up. It's definitely not minus 35 anymore, but it's still a frosty one. My toes are frozen. I got 2 pairs of best socks I could find, and doesn't matter, they're still cold, even I'm trying to focus on wiggling my toes. But yeah, the reason I stopped is because I'm about to come into a whole friggin' rat's nest over here. I don't know, it's going to present a bit of a challenge. I'll show you. Sorry for the saw, I can't shut it off. If I shut it off, it'll just freeze up. But yeah, so take a look. This is going to be the next challenge. That's my line. That's my line right there so far, coming down off a big hill. And now this is next. So it's a little intimidating actually when you look at stuff like that, because it's all probably sprung. It's just a big old puzzle that you kind of have to look at first and just come up with a strategy. Hopefully I can show you a picture of it when I'm done. But yeah, it's cold. Gotta keep at it.
The purpose of line cutting is to allow access to the bush for geological survey. The lines are cut in a grid formation. There is a baseline and tie line. These lines form the top and bottom of the grid. The grid is dissected with perpendicular lines that are usually around 1 kilometer long and spaced 100 to 200 meters apart. Creating this grid allows the geologists to bring in their testing equipment. They send an electrical charge into the earth. The signal they receive back specifies which minerals are below and at what depth. Each mineral has a different signature. This work is primarily done during the winter months because the snow and frozen ground allow for easiest access to the bush. Cold temperatures may be bad, but not nearly as bad as relentless clouds of bloodthirsty insects.
Holy smoke. So just getting back to the sled now. Todd was already by to get it warmed up for me, which is friggin' awesome. I don't have to sit around and wait for it to warm up. One thing though, because all my clothes underneath this jacket is just soaked with sweat. One thing we do up here is, and I didn't want to do it. Believe me, it took me a long time to accept that I was going to try and do this. You strip right down, bring warm clothes so that we have dry clothes when we get done at the end of the day. And yeah, it's freaking cold. Well, you can see I'm all froze up right now. I mean, it's got to be at least minus 20. The sun's gone down, so it's even getting cooler. Yeah, so time to strip. Hey, well, we're back into the minuses. Holy smoke, it's cold out here right now. Minus 27 or something like that. I can't even shut this off. If I shut this off, it won't start again. We've been using isopropyl to try and thaw it out or defrost it, but the recoil freezes, the throttle's freezing, everything's freezing. My face is freezing, my toes are frozen. It's something else. I guess the one advantage of it being this cold though is that it is dry. All my wool layers underneath in this Gore-Tex shell, so I don't feel sweaty or wet underneath all these clothes at all. So that's it's kind of a nice thing. But holy smokes, it's challenging for sure. Yeah, there you go. Good day in the bush. My apology for the saw noise in that last clip. When the temperatures are that cold, the saw won't start again if you shut it off. So we have to leave them running basically all day long. In this clip, we wouldn't normally cut down trees this large. Unfortunately, this one was directly in the path of the line and we would not have been able to see our pickets. As long as you can even see just a sliver past a tree of this size and still see your line, you can continue and leave it alone. However, this one blocked the perfect sight of the pickets, so it had to go. 17th this morning. Just come into some really wicked willows. This is where the term willow slayer came from in the first place. Man, these suckers are nasty. They just constantly whip you in the face. They won't throw out of the way because they just grab onto each other when you try to toss them. So this is what I'm up against now for the next 25 meters, which is pretty much the very end of my line. So I don't know how long this will take. A bit. Still the same deal. It's cold out here. I can't turn the saw off, so I apologize for the saw in the background. Well, I did it. I got to the end of my line today. 1.1 kilometers. Man, it was pretty crappy. I was at 700 to start, and so I had, what's that? 400 to finish. 200 of that was just the thickest crap you could imagine. But then that luckily broke out into some nice swamp, like what I just showed you there. So you get a few free kilometers, or some free meters and that stuff. Took a good whack on the nose, which just kind of happens all the time. I left my saw running, so hopefully I'll be able to get it started again. Chum coop had to come up that. That does not look fun at all. probably, it's below minus 30. It was supposed to be minus 37 or something with the wind chill, so it's freaking cold out here. But something really cool. I kind of came over this little lift of limestone, and there's kind of little caves and crevices, and there's some critters living in there, or hibernating maybe. It might be a bear hibernating in there. I'm not sure, but it's really cool. And the way you can tell is, if you look over here, see how there's not really any, none of these branches really have any ice crystals or anything like that on them. But then you go and look right here, and it's specifically this one right here. See all those ice crystals? That's breath, or that's maybe you know, the warmth coming off the critter down in there, or it's breathing or whatever, and it's coming up and it's freezing. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's underneath me right here, but you never know. It's kind of cool though. Just a little glimpse down my line too. I'm just about to be at the point where I'm starting for the day. Here you go. So I came out of the bush. I cut my 400 meters this morning, the one way from the baseline west. And then on the way chaining out, I saw I just finally gave up the ghost. It froze up. Couldn't get it running again. Tried the isopropyl. Pulled and pulled and pulled. Just couldn't get it going again. So I decided to come out to the baseline where there was another saw stashed. Got to that location, that saw was gone, so I assumed one of the other guys must have froze up and grabbed it. Then when I walked past Ben's line, I didn't even see him there, so I just had assumed he must have got cold and come out, or froze up. Who knows? You know, it was minus 35 this morning. And then got back to the snowmobiles here. Kind of expected to see both guys back here at the snowmobiles because I haven't heard any saws running for a while now. And then I came across this Ben sled's gone, so he left a note there on that red flagging tape just saying that his saw froze up and that he froze up and he's going to go let Todd know and probably head back to the truck. It's not fun, like it's cold. I mean, if you're not prepared, it's easy to freeze up. My feet were frozen. I just really layered up with the wool today, kind of knowing it was going to be this way. It is nice to get out here though, and you know, I got all my dry clothes put on, just kind of waiting for Coop now. But it was nice. Ben was out here, got a nice fire going, which really, the fire, like, it warms you up. Obviously, like the heat of the fire warms you up, obviously, but just the feeling you get when you see that fire, you know that you're going to be warm again soon. It's kind of a nice thing to come back out to, you know, back out into the bush after. So yeah, there we go. There's the sleds over there. I'm just going to put some more wood on this fire, and then I think I'm going to walk back into the baseline and see if what's going on with Ryan, because like I said, I haven't heard his sled or his saw for a little while. So you know, when it's cold like this, you just hope that nothing goes wrong or anybody gets hurt. Well, you never want anyone to get hurt, but I'm just going to go in probably with the snowshoes on and check on my old chum Coyote Coop. It's his first day back, so just want to make sure he's okay. Hey, well, it's another chilly one out here today. Let me tell you, it was minus 31 when we left the truck. Weather this morning said minus 39 wind chill. So luckily the wind's kind of died off. I don't know, it's got to be minus 30. I don't know, hot or low minus 20s right now. We lost another cutter, young Ben there, that's kind of signed up for this tour. Took the day off today. I don't think he's been feeling the cold. Coop and I, over the past 3 or 4 days, have cut about 3,400 meters between the two of us. And I think Ben there, he only got about 800 in 4 days. So he's lighting a lot of fires and having to take his boots off to warm his toes up and stuff like that. And it's just not really working out for him. So I don't think he was really feeling it this morning. We weren't feeling it either, but whatever. We got to get this crap done. So, yeah, there you go. It's another chilly one. Well, it's just turned into one of those mornings. I had 150 left to do on this line, and the first 75 was actually pretty much a dream. It was kind of some muskegee type stuff I left off in yesterday. Left off in the afternoon thinking I'd have an easy morning today. Monday morning, first Monday of my last week of work here. And I got my first 75 meters just flying along, and then I just hit this shitty shit. Just pure rabbit bush. And it's cold again. It's about minus 20 this morning. And then, of course, I'm just flying along, tiggity boop. Oh, my oiler hasn't been working on the saw, so that's a bit of a hassle, but I'm just cruising along, and then the next thing you know, that happens. So that's a broken chain right there. Luckily, I always carry an extra couple of chains with me. The one I knew for a fact was stoned hard. So I decided to throw the other one on, and it was one that I grabbed out of the truck in a bag that I thought would have been sharpened, but I think somebody might have just tossed it back in there in the bag, and it wasn't sharpened at all. So I've just spent the last probably 20 minutes here. And as you can see, my little sharpening stand works pretty good actually. In a pinch, you just kind of cut these guys out, and that way you can kind of lean over the saw a little bit and at least get a good file on it. It just sucks because it was totally stone, so it just takes so much longer to file. The file's pretty much worn out now, and I've got even more rabbit bush behind me. So yeah, lots of fun. I think I started this line at shortly after 9, and now it's like already almost 12, or it's 11:30, and I haven't even come 150 meters. That's just the kind of bush we're in.
We're not alone in the bush up here. Regularly we see lynx, moose, and today I was blessed to actually have an encounter with a large timber wolf. It was pretty exciting. I wish I could have caught more of it on video.
I'm almost there.
Forest fires are a regular occurrence in the north, usually sparked by lightning. They'll burn through everything, especially this small dry spruce. Everything goes up and it just leaves a blackened wasteland of sticks. It's a lot of fun to walk through, I'll tell you that much. You get pretty dirty, especially when the snow's this deep and you're falling constantly.
So you can see that's what I'm looking for, or what I was looking for. That one blaze out here in the million things, everything looks the same and it's burnt, so it's even that much more difficult to find. Hopefully this gets me over to the next line so I can keep going. Man, this is hard work, I'm not gonna lie. Well, I made it. It's like 2:30 Wednesday afternoon. I got to the end of this line. Right now I'm on the tie line, which can you see? You can sort of see it there behind me stretching off. No one's walked down it yet, so that's why the trail's not broken. This is straight ahead of me, right there too. That's over to the line where Ryan was, but I haven't heard his saw for a little while, so hopefully he hasn't had some type of saw problem and had to go back or something. It's a bit of a hike. It's a long hike, actually. I have 2.4 kilometers. I cut to, well, refurbed today, but that's what my walk back is to the snowmobile. But hey, it could be worse. It's a beautiful day out here. Sun's shining. You can see there's the sort of a view down the line. And right there, 3,200. So yeah, that's it. I made it. This one's done. This one's in the books. So we'll have to come back for some chaining, and then yeah, that's it. That'll be it for this line. I think we have one more to cut tomorrow, and then 2 or 3 days of chaining, and then we're out of here. Sayonara Lake, back to Snow Lake. I hear Ryan. That sucks. I thought he'd already gone out. I've just walked about, well, probably 150 meters back down my line now. The deal kind of was just to try to get these 2 lines finished, so I guess I'm gonna go back down behind me there, back to the tie line, and then just bushwhack it across the tie line, because the trail's not broken yet, so it's a bit of slogging through the snow, and then go and help him finish off. At least then we'll get this these 2 big long lines done. I stopped. I wanted to show how cool the burn looks here.
You're probably getting sick of this picture of a cold Corona and what we're having for supper, but let me tell you, after a hard day in the bush, it's something that we sure do look forward to. Quite often the bush is inaccessible by truck or snowmobile. When that's the case, we take a chopper. It's a heck of a morning commute, let me tell you.
So we're out here doing something a little different today than line cutting. This part of the exploration process is called staking. So this actually comes before the line cutting happens. We're staking a claim. Actually, we have a few claims to stake. Right now I'm at one of the corners. Corners are a really important part of the whole thing. Basically defines the edge of the claim that whoever the mining company wants to explore, the prospector or whoever you might be working for. So yeah, it was cold. We flew out here in the chopper this morning, which was pretty cool. Hopefully I'll be able to get some footage of the chopper on the way home. And yeah, it was minus 29, minus 37 with the wind chill this morning. So it was a little bit hard to get going this morning, but the wind's kind of died off. I don't know, it's at least minus 20 right now. I'm cooling down as I'm stopping talking here. So yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna make this corner and then keep on rocking. There's our tag that we pass into the corner. Just shows the post number, Manitoba MB, and then the claim number. Now I just have a little information to write on here: corner post, claim number, time of day, date, just basic stuff like that. Little shot of Chagati. So I've got three more lengths to put in, I think. And I should be meeting up with Coop. Well, then I will be meeting up with Coop. 1, 2, 3. Another corner. 4, 5. So 5 times 4, 20. So 2 kilometers left yet. A walk. Luckily, the sun's shining and it's not too windy. And there you go.
We never take beer into the bush with us. That's just a given. Today was a special day though. We'd wrapped up our week of staking and it was time to celebrate with a fire and a cold one. We had a designated pilot, so we weren't too worried about the drive home.
last day on the job up here in northern Manitoba. It's been 6 weeks, long 6 weeks, but we got her done. Well, I got my part done anyway before I had to head home back to the city. Pretty nice morning. I think it's about minus 29 degrees Celsius right now, which is, if you haven't felt that, that's pretty freaking cold. This is kind of what I'm looking at. Heavy duty rush hour up here in northern Manitoba. Yeah, so it's been a good go. Got a lot done, got a lot cut. Saw a lot of really cool wildlife this time around. Wolverine, lots of great owls, great gray owls. I had a wolf encounter, which was really cool. Yeah, saw a couple moose. What else? Rabbits, lots of lynx tracks. Harvested some chaga. Harvested a couple of really cool sticks to make walking sticks out of. I'm really excited to get back and do that. And what else? That's about it. Saved the coldest day for the last day.
I spent the better part of my late 20s and early 30s working in the bush as a licensed logger. I retired from that job because I felt like it was having a negative impact on the bush. That's just my personal opinion. Doing this type of bush work, I try my best to be mindful of the forest and make as little of an impact as possible. I tend to lean towards the indigenous beliefs of coexisting with Mother Nature and treating her with respect. While we're up here in northern Manitoba, I would like to give a hats off to the indigenous people that make a go of life in this environment. It's not easy. That's something that I truly admire.
Couple of big lads in here. Well, that's it. My final post of this 2019-2020 season. I'm done. I'm done, literally and figuratively. 6 weeks is enough. Like three months this winter up here, northern Manitoba. I'm so happy to be done. I can't even describe it. Back home on Tuesday. And actually tomorrow should be awesome because we're gonna go fishing and look for some monster lake trout, so we're really excited about that. But I'm so ready to go home. So ready to go home. But it's been a good tour. Didn't get hurt, nobody got hurt. We lost a couple of guys didn't make it through the whole first tour, and then we lost another young lad there a few weeks ago on this tour, but all in all, survived. So there you go, that's that.
Having this opportunity to go fishing with Todd, the owner and operator of Moss Line Cutting and Exploration, and his son Michael, was just truly awesome. What a great way to wrap up a tour in Manitoba. Todd's been a chum of mine for an awfully long time. To be able to spend some time having fun and not working was just such a great experience. And we caught some beauties, let me tell you.